Guys, it's starting. It's starting right now.
Okay, yep. So you're through to VanillaTV. You're joined by Sal and Byte, and Lange is on the stream directing like a boss. It is IM versus HRG in red and IM in blue on CP Badlands.
I will say, interestingly, Bulk decided to take a very different role out here, and he immediately got punished by Banny. So you're going to see Bulk, the demo man for IM, having to retreat a little bit. He's doing some good damage now and laying it down on HRG, but we'll see whether that works for long as Sheep, a.k.a. Oiler, goes down. HRG's been backed up a little bit, so I don't know what's going on here. I think HRG will have the point.
Yeah, that was very interesting. Initially, IM had that. They really did, but then they lost too many players. They lost Sheepy and Yuki, I think. And then after that, it was just too little, too late. And now they're having to drop out because they also lose the medic, pushing on to second here, and they should really give this up. The best thing they could do here, probably, Sal, is force the medic.
Yeah, they're going to have to. Otherwise, they're going to be defending against a 100% Uber push coming into last, and they have 0. They're going to have to run like a heavy. They're going to have to run an engineer. They need something to turtle this up. It looks like they are going to go ahead and try and force that Uber very early. HRG didn't quite expect this, but they are going to try and push it in, make things happen right now. Nobody on the point yet. Bonobo, the medic, behind the point, and keeping his team healed up. They do lose the demo man. That's a big deal.
That is a big deal. Dumb still up, sticking up top, from top onto the point now. The Soldier's going to go for the point sides. They're getting picked there along with Banny and Tag. This is going to be a point to the Americans. It's the first round to America.
Yep, that is point number 1, and America looking really strong that round. Of course, to be fair, there is not a lot you can do when you are at a 100% Uber disadvantage. So we're going to see what happens when this mid-fight goes around, and maybe HRG and IM actually don't have that bad of a mismatch at the mid-fight.
Yeah, IM, like I said, started off very well in the middle, but they didn't follow up, unfortunately, as a team, as a unit. So let's just take a look. In fact, Antwerp goes down instantly, so they're going to require a pick here from Spam off Bulk, but it's not going to happen at the moment, and Australia looking in such a defensive position, they drop out completely here, South, and America dominate the point.
Yeah, that was a wise call by the Australians. They're going to go ahead and route themselves around to this second point. And you are going to see a little bit of damage coming down onto Bonobo, the blue medic there for Australia. The Americans pushing into Spire, and so far there's not a lot our blue men can do to stop them here, Byte.
They both have Uber though, and in fact the medic has popped slightly earlier here from IM, but they lose Sizer, so the Americans actually in trouble, but they are capping this at ×3, Sal, and the Stelman is pushing them back. There's a soldier behind on the soldier. Who is that? It's Lansky versus Bob taking down the Delman, Barney taking down Aporia, and look at the shotgun aim from that soldier. Lansky doing so much damage, but unfortunately doesn't manage to follow through.
Yeah, Lansky, of course, an amazing soldier. You were absolutely right about, we had that little analysis hour, and you were right about that soldier DM from Lansky and Tag both. Lansky, of course, saying Tag always gets lucky. Lansky's always very consistent, but you will see that combo works really well for HRG. I am trying to cap this middle point right now, and HRG is going to try and, yeah, they're going to stop Sheep right away.
I'm not sure why Sheepy went in there, unless there was a miscommunication between the team. He shouldn't have really been in there. Now they've lost the player, HRG will feel inclined to push it onto second. The scouts already pushed almost onto Stone Bridge, and he's saying, look, you know what, guys, get in.
Yeah, Sizer looking around right now for sticky traps. He's like, come on, where's the trap? There's got to be some catch. Nobody ever lets us push in like this, but apparently the Australians are just like, yeah, whatever, come right on in.
You can see Yuki actually goes down trying to make something happen, but they've lost 2 players. But they lose Lansky, but they are capping this at ×3, so they've got no chance in defending this, and IM will have to be content on holding last.
Oh, look at this. Sheep on the sniper bite. Ooh. And both of them do have 100% Uber, so this is not going to be a situation where HRG can just, you know, trounce in and say, hey, get out of here, it's our point. This is going to be a hard-fought little point.
Sheepy, an excellent sniper. I don't know if you've seen him. He is just the man to beat in Australia, a sniper. A bit like a Jukebox or... I mean, who's the top sniper in America that you would call?
Well, I almost used to say it would have been Clockwork, but I don't know if Clockwork even still plays, because frankly I haven't watched him. And like, oh, there you go, he does take down Tag right away. So Sheep going to be happy about that one. He swaps back to Scout. But all that's really going to do is delay this push.
Yeah, it's a bit of a stalemate situation. It's whoever forces the Uber really first or gets impatient. And it looks like IM are getting impatient. They lose Sheep though.
That was a good try by Sheep. He did a lot of damage there to Banny, but that's not a high probability situation.
Ubering in. They Ubered in quite early though. Look at this. They got a massive advantage, and now they Uber. That soldier's in trouble. He's about to go down. For all his woes, Lansky goes down, forces the Uber, he would probably say. And now they're still pushing because it was such a long Uber, but the stickies are there, so they can't help at the moment.
No, Banny down, but you know, Bulk down too. So that's both demo men gone. That may actually favor HRG. If they want to go for a back cap, they might not be stopped. But we'll see. Right now it looks like, yeah, both scouts jumping up there trying to get some capture time on that point. Nobody able to get in a back cap position just yet. Now, interestingly, Shrugger is beneath the bridge, and he's going to come and do a lot of damage to this soldier who's trying to retreat, but it's not going to happen. Actually, Yuki does get the kill on Shrugger. He's not dead yet. Yuki, what's going on here? There you go. Lansky will come in and finish him off.
They lose 2 players here, IM. They are in trouble. They're going to require the demo man Bulk to do something. It doesn't look like he's going to actually contend this. And he is just happy dropping back, holding forward just because they are a player disadvantage, but they will spawn very shortly. So there is a scout on last, was it? There is a scout on last. Sizer jumping around on the soldier's head there.
Well, HRG's jumping right in. They're bringing the Uber. They know Bonobo isn't quite there yet. He's at 90%. They're not quite able to get him here at the moment, but they do put a lot of time on that point. Antoine down, Banny down, but with Sheep going down too, it is IM losing far too many players here. They can try to delay for more players to respawn, but look at the respawn times, 12 seconds. They've got to get the kills. They got to get them now. They actually have.
That was all Bulk. That was all, but honestly, no one dealt with the soldier behind the point. Took down the soldier. I bet the soldier would have been frustrated there from IM. No one dealt with him. And it had to be Bulk. He ended up dying for it, but he got two man in the process, so that was very well played by him. And now they're back on defending their last though, so...
Yeah, but at least they don't have that uber disadvantage they had before. Yeah, it does suck to have to sit there and defend and wait for your opponents to make a big enough mistake that you can push out and reclaim your second point. But that's where IM are stuck right now, and they may be stuck there for the next, 2-5 minutes, whatever it is.
It's only 1-0 though at the moment, with 7 minutes almost gone on the clock. So Australia's putting some resistance here. It depends how this next round goes, I suppose. It's not the clinical round, but it will definitely put the high roller gamers into a position to trance this match.
Now you see Tag down at 97 health. He's not going to be able to fight right away. He has to go grab a health kit. There you go. Is going to be ready to push now. And you should see HRG pushing in fairly soon. They are still trying their hardest to spam and force an Uber or force a kill or something here. So they're playing a very slow, methodical game. They know they are 1 point ahead, and just being 1 point ahead is enough to win a game.
Sheepy is sniper, just an FYI, so that may be interesting as well. But they lose Tag, who probably went in main to try and force it, and now they're also thinking, you know what, that's a player down, we should be pushing with that advantage. And they seem a little bit scared though, they're just peeking, they're not really doing anything.
Yeah,
and
they lose Aporia. Ooh, that's not going to be good. And Banny, with those sick rollers, he is able to make every pipe count in these kind of situations. So with a soldier down, that's not going to be very good. Sheep tries to get the headshot, but it's not going to happen. That Uber is popped just a little bit too early, and these land reflexes, man, are getting pretty good. The counter Uber is popped very well by IM, so they're doing a good job forcing people out the side. Take down Shrugger. That's a very good kill by Sheep.
Wow.
Now, yeah, things are looking bad for HRG. They may have to retreat here. The only thing they might be able to do is go for a back cap.
I don't think so. Lansky is the only guy with Shade. This is going to be a point, and Shade is in the wrong place. Shade looks like he's going to get taken down if anyone focuses him. He does go down.
Our control point is
that is going to be a recap here from IM. There are no backcaps going on. Very well played to them, and they take down Shade here. That is the most important thing for IM here.
Yeah, HRG, they're going to lay down the traps. And I would say they're probably going to try to go for bomb a suicide kill on Bonobo.
They've got to, haven't they? They can either do that, or they can be content with just giving up middle. It depends, really. If a sticky trap from HRG, from Banny, you can see it's on the stairs as you walk up. They lose Shrugger, though, here, so that's going to be advantage already to IM, +1 again. So they should be pushing in here. I don't know why they're taking so long.
Right now, actually, HRG's in a good ambush position, so that could be part of the reason IM is really trying their hardest to find everyone and account for everyone.
That was beautiful, though. Did you see where they pushed from? In fact, the Uber has been forced, and unfortunately, IM are going to have to try and get some picks. They haven't got any at the moment, and the soldier needs to jump in, but they're going to be content and just drop back here, and now Shade has a 60% Uber charge advantage, and they need to be careful here. Taking a look now.
Trying to fix that feedback by turning that speaker down a little bit.
No problem, no problem. These things happen at last. It's all good. It's part of the magic. So yeah, just going back to this, just to update you, they obviously they've just lost their Delman, but also they've got an Uber advantage here, HRG.
Yeah, so that's going to be 2 kills for HRG. They're looking pretty solid. They'll retake that point, no problem. But if they can't get the kill on the blue med, that's going to mean the Australians could push right back.
They lose Tag. That's 1 player down. That's not too bad at all. That's a nice sticky trap here from Bounty. It's very simple, but it could work when somebody opens that door as they spawn. They do have numbers here at the moment. Remember, they are minus tag here. The Americans are looking at it.
Looking to be in behind. He's found the demo man. Can he get the kill? No, Bulk with a good kill.
Scout on the medic here. No one's seen him. Goes for the medic. Oh, the medic drops. Shrugger takes down Bonobo. That's a drop there.
Shrugger is too good, and I was going to say he hadn't been really performing that well in this particular match, but I take it all back. He is doing an incredible job. Now we are, Byte wanted to point out some top damage output. So far it's Yuki with huge amounts of damage being put out.
Definitely, but he unfortunately just got destroyed there by Lange. Lange, Barney, and Tag doing a phenomenal job for HRG at the moment with the damage. You can see collectively it's almost about 7,000.
Hey, there's Sheep with that nice headshot. He's going for another one on the scout here.
Forced.
Yeah, this Uber might end up killing Sheep. He's taken 1 rocket, 2 rockets, but he will get away.
As you can hear the crowd cheering, that is because the lights have just gone out here. That means it is nocturnal time, Mr. Sal.
Yeah, it's a good thing because this giant warehouse has no access to the sun at all, so I would not have known otherwise. I've been up for 48 hours, man. Come on.
Oh, bless. Taking a look at IM's position, Bonk takes down Shrugger here, and they are trying to go for a recap because very interesting here by IM. They don't actually have the Uber, but they're just pushing out the Americans. That's something very odd you don't see normally.
Yeah, well, they knew I guess they just knew they had an advantage there because, yeah, look at this. HRG is, in fact, 3 down. Now IM do have an Uber advantage. You're going to see Sheep trying to dig in underneath the point, see if you can find anybody there. But no, at this point, it's just let's take the middle point before they get their Uber quite ready to go. Sizer and Tag just now respawning, so they will get that forward spawn, which is going to be nice for them. But yeah, you're going to see, once again, IM in possession of the middle point. The Australians want to put a point on the board here, man. They've got to win a round.
They have to. They have to, and the thing is, it's only 1-0, so, 1 round is enough to take it to a draw at the moment. With 12 minutes on the clock here, both teams seem to be very tentative, Sal. Not really risking anything, no high-profile plays or high-risk plays, basically. And you can see both just trying to stand
speaking of high-profile plays, you've got both soldiers dive-bombing in. They take down Shrugger right away, and they are going to go after the soldier as well.
Sizer.
Wow.
Barney takes down Bonk, though, but Tag goes down. HRG showing some cracks here at the moment, Sal.
Yeah, Immunity looking pretty solid at the moment, I gotta say.
Delman's going down here.
Oh,
Barney
no.
goes down.
Oh, with Banny down, that's gonna be really bad. Well, the crowd is going wild for the Australians right now. They are rooting for Team Immunity at the moment. And you've got Immunity pushing into last, but there's too many respawns. Bonobo goes down. You've got a lot of fighting going on that last point. It's Sizer, but no! The Scouts are going to save it, or are they?
You
still got, no. Banny's up. Banny's up. That Scout can't get up there to stop this. What a sick fight.
Barney too strong.
He totally is.
That was a beautiful play by Banny there, holding the point there with the stickies, using his brain there, thinking, you know what, you can't get on that point with 5 stickies there.
Exactly, that's what you have to do as that demo man, and even in regular pub play, I mean, that's what you do on this last point of Badlands, is you sticky up that point when your enemies are coming in, and the instant one of them touches it, detonate.
I love that. The interesting thing is, I'm just looking at the stats from Sheepy. Although he's not in the top damage, he is picking up and listening to the cons very well with 12 frags at the moment on this round.
So he's definitely doing some cleanup, and he did get at least 1 headshot on a nice soldier trying to cap Spire. Not sure if it mattered that much, but it's things are still going well for IM, and of course now we're in the position where HRG is sitting back on their last point trying to defend.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like IM really want this. They really want this round, and I do feel they have to get it. They'll probably feel a little bit dejected if they lose this round after all the effort they've put going back and forth, back and forth. Remember, they were on their last, Sal. Remember, they were on their last, recapping it 3 times. Second point there.
That's right. That was some really impressive defense by Immunity. At the very least, Byte, one thing I have to say about the Australian team, they have proven that they can hang with the best.
Definitely, I cannot disagree at all. But they lose Tag along with Shrugger ages ago, so they need to force that Uber. They do force that Uber, but they do lose Sheep in the process. This could be trouble for Immunity. But they only lose 1 player. In fact, they lose Yuki as well, their main damage asset at the moment. And it's 3 versus 3 at the moment.
Banny's on the floor. He's getting taken down. This could be good for Immunity if they can get just a little bit more damage put out there. Bonobo staying alive is going to be critical for them right now. They do have to retreat out. They will be able to hold on to the Spire, but Immunity, they got some good kills. They weren't able to close the deal.
I gotta say, I have been really impressed with Bulk. He's been hitting his nades really well, almost as good as Benny. I'm not gonna lie. And just then he hit that scout there with a grenade, and it made a difference for them not charging through and rushing him.
Okay, there is a sniper out right now. He was trying to knock down Shrugger on that heavy weapons guy. And at this point, now that the sniper is a known quantity, they've heard him take the shot.
Sizer goes down. Lange goes down. Surely this is going to be an advantage. They uber early. They don't care. Oh no, Benny goes down. Benny goes down. It's a round to the Australians.
Oh my gosh.
And it's 1-all.
Well, fans in America, you may be starting to bite your fingernails a little bit here because it's looking like immunity is getting crazy right now. And the crowd, once again, I got to say, is going wild for these Australians. The first time they've ever been to one of these global lands, and they are rocking it.
They are contending with the best American team at the moment. That's, you know, could you have thought that? I mean, they're doing such a good job at the moment. Looking onto middle, Sheepy takes down Tag. Tag's not really having a good game at the moment. Let's see. They are taking a lot of damage here from Bulk. Bulk's doing so much, and that Soldier's going to go down as well. Shade goes down. Sizer goes down. Lange goes down. And it's going to be a round, or middle round at the moment to IM.
Yeah, and do remember that this is the position that HRG were in the first round. IM now have this giant Uber advantage. If they can push into it last, then I think they are going to win this round very easily. Look at where Aporia got to. I didn't even know that was a spot you could go, but he is using that spot just to try and make sure that nobody pops out unexpectedly from that resupply cabinet. Very interesting little perch up there.
SG going up, heavy. This is interesting. They got a full Uber advantage. Surely it's just a case of clean and kill.
That's what it is. The sentry gun's going to get put up. The
Uber
heavy
in,
weapons
bottom
guy.
right.
Tag down right away. Aporia actually gets taken out by that sentry gun, so the Uber now draining away, and not enough damage has been done. The sentry is down, but the sentry is basically just an extra man for the team at that point, so taking it down, you have to get at least 2 or 3 kills on top of that sentry gun to make it worth it. So you see Immunity having to back out. They realize they can't get enough. Lansky does go down to Bulk, so a good kill. Antoine down to Sizer, so it is still 5 versus 5 here. Immunity, they could still...
Sizer goes down here, and the Dumb being rushed here. Bunny is under some pressure. 42 health. Can he help? Oh, the scout doesn't take him down. Sheepy unlucky there. Gets some meat shots, but he was being healed constantly there. Bunny very, very lucky, missing all his nades on Sheepy. Sheepy very unfortunate there.
Yeah, that was, of course, Shrugger on the heavy weapons guy, given the big save. He, for whatever reason, Sheep just found the wrong spot to jump, and Shrugger didn't even have to move his mouse. He just started shooting, and that was the end of poor Sheep.
It doesn't look good here for HRG. They are feeling the pressure, and their demeanor is quite defensive at the moment. So,
yeah,
obviously, I know they're on a defensive point here, but you know, they're not willing to go forward after the advantage.
That's very standard for HRG, though. You got to remember that HRG is a, except for Taggering's occasional like ridiculous plays, HRG is actually a pretty textbook team. And if they feel like they don't have a good, greater than 50% chance of winning this, they're not going to go for it.
Loving the Soldier Yuki just walking in there, crouching in. That's hilarious. That was beautiful to see from Yuki. A bit of humor in the game. And Uber's a piece. 1 SG is up obviously for HRG with the level 3 on the left hand side here, and there's a heavy top right, so making it very difficult here for IM to actually contest this.
There's a ton of HP out on the field right now for HRG, and a ton of damage out there too. You see what the engineer is doing right now of Sizer. He's basically sitting inside spawn because as soon as that sentry gun gets taken down, as soon as it goes down though, he's just going to change classes to something that does more damage than an engineer without a gun. So it's the whole reason for having an SG there.
Looks like top right.
There it is.
Oh, doesn't Uber. Steal. Doesn't Uber.
Well, Lansky tried to go in and punish that, but the rockets just whiffed. He wasn't able to get anything, and so you see Bundle getting out there with 150 health.
Just remember though, Sheepy is sniper, so they're waiting for that all-important pick here from Sheepy. As soon as they get that pick, they'll just Uber early if they have to.
He's looking for it. Doesn't quite hit the shot though. And so remember, when a sniper is a known quantity, it makes it much easier to just try and hide, get out of those sight lanes. These players are very expert at doing exactly that, so Sheep is not going to have a lot of good shots right now.
Taking a look, and it's still quite a stalemate situation. Both teams know there's a lot on the line with only 10 minutes on the clock, 1-all. It's whoever makes the first mistake, I suppose.
Yeah, it's tense. I mean, these players are like gripping the edge of their seats, and even though it seems like there's not a lot of ground being taken either way right now, these players are very, very tense. You do see an Uber go in by IM. They've taken down Tag. They did a lot of damage to Shrugger, but he got back into spawn. He's actually being camped into spawn. There's some time going down on the point right now. Aporia is down, but so is Shrugger.
Soldier top right. No one's seen him. He's spamming on Medic on the Doman. Buddy gets destroyed. Buddy goes down. Looks like it's going to be around.
Immunity.
Oh, Australia ahead, 2-1. Sal, would you ever have predicted that score at the moment?
You know, I have to say no, simply because we both tried to predict the score. Just not even an hour ago, Byte. So this is quite an incredible showing by IM. Can HRG pull it back now is the question for all of our American viewers out there rooting for the top team from America. Can they pull it back? Sheep takes down the first sticky from Banny without it being detonated.
Banny goes down though, along with Lansky. And so does Saito, in fact, and it's advantage immunity, but only by a slender here of 16 HP. But it's 3 versus 3 at the moment. Where is the scout? He takes down Shade. That is an important kill. What can... Oh, just managed to get out. The medic manages to get out there. It's just Tack and Bolt and Antoine going south.
Ladies and gentlemen, given that there's 10 minutes left, a lot can happen in 10 minutes. But I think we are well on our way to seeing an immunity victory, and they might be one of the few remaining undefeated teams.
Oh, definitely. I would never have put this on the card so much. I know they were good. I don't know where you predicted them to reach in the tournament. Obviously, this is only pre-warm-up, really, because it's at top 8 already in the elimination round.
Yeah, so they're all going on to the brackets, but this determines seeding, and this is a big grudge match.
Definitely, obviously, whoever comes top will have the luxury of just...
Oh, look at what immunity you're doing. They're bringing a heavy. Yuki is on the heavy. Now, Bonobo is forced to pop that Uber. That is not a good position for him to be in, especially not having the heavy down there. So I like the idea of keeping the heavy out, but at this point, I don't know if they're going to be able to use it for the intended purpose. They're having to push in right now. They are going to get the Spire. They're going to bring the heavy back out here, but you really want to have this heavy to defend. He actually pops that soldier, the invincible soldier, up into the air for just long enough, but you see Yuki and Antoine both down. So I think that heavy play just didn't quite work out for IM.
I don't know. I mean, he forced it. That's the main thing for them, Sal. And they lost second, but they forced it. And the problem is, like you said, I can see where you're coming from in the fact that they've lost 2 players now, so they may not be able to hold this.
What they wanted to do was they wanted to park the bus. They wanted to just sit there with a heavy on Spire and say, hey, try to push into us. They wanted to run the clock down. Now they can't do that.
They just lost Sizer as well here, so they have a slight advantage with the Uber, and I'm sure Sheepy will be saying, guys, can we push here, please? Oh, Barney's a bit exposed. Needs to be careful. He's on his own here, Sal. Overextending for my liking there. But they are in now, and they lose Tag as well. Barney has to get out here to try and hold Spiral. He needs to buy some time. Sicky's on the Spiral. They won't help it, and he's going to get chased here. Barney is being chased, but what a pipe onto Antoine there.
Oh, and Sheep gets taken down too. Sheep was trying to do some sneaky plays, but he got spotted and now is in a lot of trouble. In fact, he is respawning. You have Aporia, who may in fact be behind the HRG team, and this, he is. He's behind. Nobody's noticed. What's he going to go for? Is he just going to get the cap?
Interesting.
I say he gets the cap.
Yeah, he's
there
got
he
it.
goes.
Soldier on Spiral, though, going to stop it. This is going to be a crucial moment. Payton! Oh! The airshot goes through, and he's going to get a point. Oh!
That is the closest I've ever seen a capture point, Byte.
Oh, that was so unlucky, but that does mean that Shade is out of position. Shade goes down. Oh, the soldier, surely Shrugger getting to... Oh, and so does Saito. Although Aporia didn't cap itself, it does mean that he bought time on middle.
It did, and it bought enough time that IM could actually send somebody up there. Bonobo's so hurt right now, down below 20 health. Just the tiniest of chip shots could have killed him there, but now...
Back up here. Oh, the soldier on middle, though. He's been owned, but it doesn't make a difference. Lansky absolutely destroying Aporia there, but it made a difference because...
Danny with the
huge pick. Taking down the Uber, Bonobo there. Yuki and Antoine go down as well. Australia could almost sense the victory there to make it 3-1. Fox in trouble. Oh, what an air shot! That was beautiful. Fox stays alive there. That was insane.
This game has just flown off the handle. I don't know what to say about this anymore, Byte. This is just ridiculous. It is both teams fighting for supremacy here. Remember, it is still 2-1. IM is still in the lead. So we are going to need to see HRG making big pushes. They know what the risk is right now. If they don't make these pushes happen, they lose the game.
Definitely Shade has 30 or 25% Uber charge advantage, or no, 30 now. So yeah, they lose Aporia as well though, and HRG were thinking, you know what guys, I think we should push in here. We got the Uber advantage and they're minus the player. And look at that, they are doing that. The spam comes in and the Uber is forced. and the medic Bonobo manages to get out, but the scout doesn't. Oh, Sheepy does get taken down here. Oh, sorry, Sheep. And they are outnumbered here, Sal, by 2 players. Aporia just spawns, but he got good spawn. Uber forced it.
Yeah, interesting. The Uber is going to... I don't know if I like this Uber just yet. We'll see what the result is. Shade popped up in the air. Takes... Oh my gosh, Shade got down to 6 health from that fall damage. It just wasn't quite enough to kill him.
Nope. Like you said, I didn't like that Uber. It was a defensive Uber. It didn't get anything. They lost Yuki. They lost Aporia. And yeah, this is looking very promising for HRG to make it 2-all with only 5 minutes remaining on the clock here, Sal.
This is getting absolutely ridiculous. Now, HRG, ready to make this push. They have to get in to the last point. They have to capture this. Notice that IM have pulled out a heavy weapons guy. They pulled out a sniper. This is going to be a tough push for HRG, but the Uber is ready to go. They're going to go in right now, keeping as many players invincible as necessary.
Scout guys taken down. Sides are too keen there, not realizing too many stickies there. And look at this, it's a white ball. It's just Lange and Shade. Antor goes down, and all IM have to do is just push straight away and recap this. That's all they will be thinking.
That's right.
Box on the soldier, what can he do? Oh, Lange gets taken down with the help from Sheep. And Bulk there stays alive, and this is back-to-back stuff. You do think, Sal, whoever gets this round is going to win this match.
Okay, there is a... Oh, there's a sticky trap! Oh! Okay, I always get like really twitchy about those, but it turns out that one didn't matter particularly much.
Uber force, and they take down Banny, but they lose Antor and Aporia. They need to get another pick here and start capping. They're in trouble. IM need to be careful here because they lose Sizer.
I watched Sizer go down there. Actually, Yuki was behind enemy lines. He saw Sizer going for a back cap or something, and he took him down before Sizer realized what was happening. Yuki now in after Shade. Missing
that was
those shots, missing every shot on Shade. Shade. Perfect dodging.
That was really nice from Shade to see. Really, really nice. Made it very difficult for Yuki to actually hit any of those rockets and register. And sort of like HRG will have another chance to push on to last with another full Ubercharge advantage of about 80% here, pushing on to last now.
Yeah, so that means IM's in some trouble. They're going to have to pull out all the stops of this defense. They've got Sheep ready to snipe. They've got Bulk with some sticky traps getting set up right now. Is it going to be enough, though?
So they move it in here, but they've got a Heavy to deal with. They are being focused. The Heavy is not down, though. He does go down now. Scout's coming up bottom right. No one goes down, but there's a Scout in the medic.
My God.
Scout's going to go for the point, and they might be able to hold this, and it's almost a wipe here, but Soldier's going to get taken down here, surely, and it's a wipe. Where is Shade?
Shade's back. He's back. He knows he has to stay alive right now. He is getting all the way back to where his players are spawning. There's still 3 minutes left to go in this game, so they still have time.
Very interesting to see why IM were not capping quicker there, Sal. They may be able to hold this. Look at this. The Soldier jumps in. He's on his own. They lose Yuki, and they're going to cap this, I think. They will cap this. Oh, no, they won't. They won't. No.
An odd choice there from the Scout, but I guess Sheep realized he was going to get knocked off that point. Not a wise idea to try and capture it, because then they would have lost it.
They lose Bonobo.
Oh no, IM.
Scout last. No one speed him. Can
HRG have this. They have this.
They have this in the bag, and it's 2-all, Sal.
We're going to go to a golden cap, aren't we?
Oh man, if we do, with the pace that it's been going.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Very low scoring game. 2-all on Badlands.
2-all on Badlands. I don't know what else to say. This is absurd. This is the best TF2 I've ever seen.
Definitely no, and it's Australia versus America. It's just, I know, you know what I mean? It's just amazing to see. 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Next round, we'll win it if they get it in this 30 minutes. If not, it will be a golden cap, which will be a sudden death, basically. And you have to say, you have to look at HRG's position, but they are getting destroyed. And the medic's being focused in. No, so is Banny. Banny goes down as well. Shade goes down because he knows he was in the wrong position.
Shrugger in on the med.
Oh, Sizer goes huge. Sizer goes very huge. Takes 3 players down in the process. Wow.
That was good for Sizer, but look, there's 1 minute and 20 left. It's very possible.
Crits. It's got to be crits, surely.
I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here.
If I was
a minute left on the clock.
If I was the medic with 1 minute left, element of surprise. You got nothing to lose. There's no way they can.
Well, let's find out. It is. It is.
What a surprise!
Byte, you're a brilliant man.
What a surprise.
So they're going to build this as fast as possible.
HRG not letting them have this. HRG saying, we need to go and win this, guys. And they're actually going to go for a recap. But what happens? Is anyone on last? Is anyone going to... They're going to try and defend this. IM are trying to defend this. They have the numbers. Oh, Soldier gets headshotted. He is weak. He's been pushed off.
Lansky.
He's in trouble. HRG are in trouble. This is not looking good, Sal. Australia look like they're going to
There they are.
Australia are going to win. There's no chance. 35 seconds.
There's not enough time, and it looks like as I look over to my left, I can see the Australian team Immunity right now. They are standing up. They are looking satisfied. HRG. I think HRG have finally been defeated.
That jinx you said would have never lost the map.
Oh, jinxed it.
Everyone blame Sal.
I jinxed it.
Bikini time. That's the only way you can recover yourself here.
Oh
wow.
my gosh.
Look at that. All the viewers watching now going schizo here. What the kangaroo, apparently. Wow.
Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say, though, this is the group stage. HRG, they're still in the tournament, so don't count them out yet.
Definitely. Obviously, this is the warm-up to the elimination. So we will have a post-analysis here from two of the top players from Australia and from America, hopefully being interviewed by, I don't know who.
Apparently it's going to be me, so whatever.
Oh, excellent. So Sal, you better take your place.
I think
so we'll see. Stay tuned to VanillaTV. We are going to now have a post-analysis interview with a member from Team Immunity and from HRG. Stay tuned with us, guys.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sal. I am joined by Banny to my immediate right and by Aporia, a crazy soldier who had an incredible game. They both, in fact, everybody in that game was incredible. Byte and I, I'm sure you guys could hear us. We were shouting the entire match. We had no clue who was going to win that. It was back and forth. How did either of you feel during that?
I felt like we made some sloppy plays, you know. It was kind of intense at the end because the timer, you know, we're not really used to playing the timer. That's what the Euros play, and like pushing out or holding, I guess that was the mistake we made. There was like a minute left. We should have just held, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty similar, honestly. Like, we kind of felt like like a lot of situations we should have taken advantage of a lot more. Like, we kind of let the game run away from us a little bit. Like, we could have taken it, and well, like getting caught out by that sticky trap in bottom lobby, for example, was just like rubbish. But overall, we played pretty solid in the same situation. Like, we're not used to playing the time limit either, so it was definitely interesting. And I mean, I guess in some ways it kind of made the game more interesting, yeah.
So the next step for both of you guys is neither team has played Epsilon yet. How is that match going to go?
I think Epsilon's just going to be the best team here, so I expect it to be like, I don't know, maybe really close, but I think Epsilon's probably going to win, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, again, I feel pretty similar. Like, we played against them in boot camp a little bit, and they're a really solid team. Like, they're pretty hard to beat. They play a style that's quite different to anything that we've played against, and I know that from just watching the NA scene, it's something that they're not really used to either. So it'll take a little while to adapt, and yeah, I think it'll be a really good game.
Okay, so of all the plays that you guys remember happening in that whirlwind of a game, which one stands out in your mind the most as being like, that's on the frag vid?
I didn't see it myself, but in the kill feed I saw Sheep get like a 4K or something.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, most of his videos are just made of him getting 4Ks against teams. Like, often people aren't really looking at him and he's kind of getting a free ride, but don't tell him I said that. I think I'm probably going to have to pick the same frag, though.
You know, we are on, like, national live stream, right? Okay. Anyway, yeah, so I guess Sheep doesn't watch these, is the idea. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, I have to congratulate Team Immunity once again, the Australians. So far, still undefeated at the Insomnia LAN. HRG finally dethroned by the newcomers to the scene. But you know what? It's still group stages. We are still going on. At the very least, tomorrow we're going to have the official brackets. You know, the big elimination stage. And at the very least, one of you two guys should be on that grand stage come Sunday.
I think that's what the group stages are for, just like warming up, feeling out the other teams. Like, now we have an idea of how IM plays, and we get those mistakes out of the way, and I think we'll do pretty well in the bracket.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it in pretty much every interview this far. As long as we're alive on the Sunday, we're going to be happy. So if we can get there and HRG can get there and Epsilon or one of the other Euro teams can, I think that'd be a pretty much perfect LAN. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gents, I actually don't know what game we're going into next, but there are a lot of games coming up. In fact, it is going to be, guess what, Epsilon versus Immunity. So it's the biggest match that's left at this point. Who is going to be undefeated in the group stages for tonight? Stay tuned to VanillaTV. I think the casters for this one are probably going to be Arcs and Beta.